Do the next thing that you feel. We were so in phase. And I danced all day. We were cool on grace.
You get in that goddamn shower, hit the bar of soap, put a little water on it, and rub it all underneath your armpits, around your balls, and your fucking asshole, would you, you smelly prick? Here's a tube of toothpaste. What you do is you pour some of this out on a little toothbrush and you scrub them fucking gimmicks in your mouth. They're called teeth. Get all that yellow shit off of them. Your breath don't smell like a motherfucker. You understand what I'm saying? Deodorant. It's a miracle worker. You put it under your fucking armpits. You get me? You fucking Viking? Last but not least, your old trusty hairbrush. This thing does a goddamn wonders if you got some fucking hair. I ain't got no fucking hair.
What up, people?
What a bunch of idiots, imbeciles, stupid as it gets. Stupid, clueless idiot, a bunch of clueless nuts. Is there anybody here that's got any brains? Stupid, stupid, stupid every day, every night. So stupid. Yeah, just really stupid.
Trey, come on, man. I put Trey in there to like say hello to everybody, welcome everybody.
What's up?
Like,
what's up?
He's like, hey guys, what's going on? It's me, Trey. I'm real sad about this. I don't want to be here. Like, well, come on, you son of a bitch. Get hype. Get hype. We're back. We're back. I'm back. It's been a little bit. Mostly because I had the flu and I had something come up not yesterday, last week.
Yesterday, yeah.
Yesterday, totally.
I did have something come up yesterday, but, you know, because I'm built different, dude.
Yeah, the Beatles called. They want their song back.
Yeah, what's up? All right. I'm not going to ask either of you how you're doing. Fuck you guys. I just want to hear what chat's got to say. All right, chat. Last Toxic Mail says, I'm going to need Lethal to release my zipper for real, for real. That's true. That's true. Another one, my boy Trey going to pre-order one of only 3,000 exclusive Mercedes Moné action figures from Shop AEW real soon. You know what, Trey? I feel like you should get one of those.
And burn it.
I think you'd be better off just burning the money at that point, but you know. I was thinking more of it could be your goon figure.
No. You mean she looks like a goon figure. No, she looks like a greyhound dog. No, man.
That's what I need Trey to do. I need someone to give Trey. I need someone to gift the action figure to Trey, and I need Trey to pull a Ric Flair and just start elbowing it on his backyard.
Well, let me tell you something. I can't do a Ric Flair.
No, you can't. That's fucking
shit. Hold on, player. It's so bad.
Why'd you sound like Teddy Long? He's like, hold on, player.
Don't know. Teddy Long's the black Ric Flair. We all know this. Let's talk some real again with I think my boy Tony Khan gonna put Hassan and Ethan Klein in a steel cage at All In for real. Dude, that was like watching a fight in the special needs classroom.
Two retards fighting. That's literally what it was.
I watched the entire thing because I was like morbidly intrigued. It was bad. It was bad when Hassan was yelling at Ethan Klein to disavow Anne Frank. That part. That part was like, what the fuck is happening?
That's a quote of 2025.
He was yelling at Ethan Klein to disavow Anne Frank over a hypothetical like situation that Hassan made up. He's like, I've made this a hypothetical situation involving Anne Frank being a basically a terrorist. He's like, could you disavow? It's just like, wait, did she write about like peace and shit? Was it a pacifist?
Wow.
Like, what the fuck? Dude, it was if you have 5 hours that you never you just want to get rid of and watch it. It is peak autism. It's bad. It's bad, especially when they get into the 1 hour rape discussion.
Oh my god!
This sounds like brain rot, and I will not be watching.
I saw parts of it,
but I'll make you.
I didn't get to that part. Jesus Christ!
I'll make you watch it. Oh yeah, it's a whole hour of the like 5 hour discussion.
Are we talking about Hassan Piker?
Yeah?
Yeah, Hassan Piker, yeah.
Yeah, Look, him and Tony could be fucking brothers, so fuck him too. All right.
Hassan Khan.
Yeah.
Khan. Oh man. Tris says hello.
Hey Tris.
Tris also says Braun again. Lamau, man, busted his knees, putting Jacob and others over. Well, it's only so over he can put them, but I do agree. I feel sad for Dakota Kai because she never really got a chance to shine. We're gonna get hurt a lot. This
That's probably there was my opinion.
Of that.
Yeah.
We'll save this for later because I want to ask these two retards. There, that's how fingers work. Everything's fucking inverted. It's difficult. Yeah. I do want to ask these guys what they think about the whole situation as well, and I have some thoughts on each. We're gonna go each person who's been let go or released from WWE. I know AEW released one guy, but to be honest, do we really care?
TNA released somebody too. That Savannah Evans chick. She's gone.
Oh, really? I'm surprised by that.
Like the other day.
They gotta make room for all the new fucking people they're getting from WWE.
Guess we'll find out.
She's always in somebody else's shadow. That's true. Like when they were giving her the big push for the women's IC title, it was kind of in the shadow of the women's world title a bit. And I think that is one mistake they made. Although I think by that point, the ship had already sailed on trying to right that.
Yeah.
The crowds were dead. And even for Lyra right now, the crowds are kind of dead.
Until Becky, basically.
Yeah.
That's a whole different story for a different time about Lyra.
Mara is in the chat. How's it going, Mara?
Hey, Mara.
We were late. We were late. We were listening to Smokey Robinson in the back.
And
Marvin Gaye. We actually were.
Yep.
It's not a joke. We were just chilling, listening to fucking Smokey Robinson.
We appreciate good black music. All right.
We appreciate all music, even the bad music.
True that.
Like our dude who's singing Dance Hall Days. He's a real G for real. I don't even know where I found it's somewhere on TikTok. I found that.
I found him on Instagram. It's where I found him at. Like he's a whole.
Yeah. So we've never talked about. You know the guy who did.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I saw him like the one video he talked about like his ex-wife. She was married to a professional wrestler. He's like, yeah, I did my karate on him and I broke him in half. I'm like, what? Did you just say?
We need that clip. We need that clip. That's wild.
Yeah, it was wild, dude.
That's fucking wild. Lunchtime and just in time for today's show. Ooh, we all love it. We're all sad as fuck here anyway, so
yeah.
I didn't wait though. I'm pretty happy. I feel good. All right, fine. Fuck you guys.
Yeah, cool story, bro.
Congratulations.
Yeah, look, Mr. T, I know it's hard for you because you always got a cock in your mouth, but whatever. Tris says less booty on WWE TV, but oh well. Yeah, the releases we knew releases were gonna happen. They always do releases usually a little like in a couple weeks from now, but there's always releases after Mania.
Yep.
Some of these I think are really fucking baffling.
And really, think about it, this is like the second batch of releases because they released a lot of people in the office too this past week as well.
And they released people. Was it February? February, right?
Yeah, February they released a couple.
Yeah.
They fired, I think, like a couple days ago, one of the head creative people.
Yep.
Like somebody who's on the same equivalent as Bruce Pritchard. Yeah. So right underneath Triple H. So what the fuck is that about?
And plus that one guy from the Bump. I can't remember his name. No, he was already gone.
He's been gone.
The other one. Yeah, I don't know what nationality is. I don't know if he's black or he's Mexican. He's kind of like I can't remember.
I never watched the Bump, so I don't know. I never watched that shit.
Yeah, the Bump just sounded like a shit podcast for like recovering addicts.
Yeah, it was. Really bad.
It was. All right, we got shout out to Jade Cargill's arse. I don't know why I said it with a pirate, but whatever. We still have Nia Jax. Oh God. What the fuck is this? What the fuck is Bot Ricks?
I have no idea. I was only asking you the same question. It popped up randomly.
I'm going to go. You know what? You guys keep talking, reading through the chat. I'm going to go check the YouTube real quick.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So who will you lead off? Last Toxic Male, right? Yeah, I did not have access to the fucking chat.
Yeah, just read them.
Yeah. Let's see here. We got Last Toxic Male in here. We got Mara. We got Triss. And we have Gravy D. We got someone new in the chat that I cannot see his name because I can't highlight the comment. I apologize. Give us a minute. We got technical difficulties. Please stand
I'm
by.
back. I am fucking back now.
We are very professional here. We have
totally professional.
We have Trey, who's a moving cameraman. He moves all places.
Yeah. Mexicans came. The Mexicans came.
I know what it is. It's something from Restream, but I unmodded it anyways. Just
weird. Okay.
All right, where are we at here? PSA to Moz.
Yeah.
How about that?
We got someone new in the chat too, but I can't highlight the name.
Oh,
I can't make it out. Yeah.
Attempt to read this because I know I'll fuck it up.
Bro, I can't read it because I don't have my cheaters on.
You're fucking old as shit, dude.
Yeah, I am. What of it? Yeah.
Rally Sport. How about that? Will Rally Sport. I am so sorry if I messed up your name.
We apologize.
I'm very illiterate.
We're very professionally retarded. So forgive us.
And he says that it's Ryan Papola who was released from the bump. Thank you for that, by the way.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, I would just say let's just get right into it at this point, right? We're about 12 minutes in. We want to get into it. We're gonna go through a couple smaller news stories first. Mm-hmm. Just ones that don't take that much time, but still something that's interesting enough information for us to talk about. First off, Scott Steiner. Let's just get Scott Steiner out of the way. The big bad booty daddy himself, Scott Steiner. All right. You know what? Let's play this.
Yeah, I heard I got Bully Ray next week, but I don't believe it. See, I don't have a match tonight, but I'm still working out because I have nothing else to do. What am I gonna do? That's what I do. What am I gonna do? Play the guitar?
So Scott Steiner. Oh my God, it's crazy to say, dude. Scott Steiner is going to be at Backlash.
Yeah.
Not
this
like
was surprising
in
to
the
me
crowd. He's going to be at ringside during, well, not the main event, but probably the opener of Pat McAfee.
Probably semi-main event that night, probably.
Maybe. Yeah, the main's going to be Cena and Orton.
Obviously. Yeah.
But fucking Scott's, dude, I have been wanting Scott Steiner to be involved back in WWE for a long time.
Same.
Bad booty daddy. He can still fucking go. Like that's
he can still talk. He can still fucking talk. Like
Go ahead, Trey. Go ahead.
I was gonna say he can still talk. Like the man can still go. I'd be cool with it. Like on a short-term basis, I wouldn't mind it at all.
I think this is the first time he's been on a WWE television pay-per-view since 2004.
Yeah,
4. Yeah,
in the
2004.
The last event he was like actually involved in,
I think,
besides just being in the crowd, was
I think it was Armageddon 2003 because him and Tess were in that tag team turmoil. Well, I'm not talking about a match, not an appearance. Yeah, like his last.
No,
match
he was in the Rumble.
Yeah.
He was in the Rumble. 04. I remember him being in the.
I think he was gone after the Rumble though.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it's been a long ass time. So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Almost 20 years.
I'm kind of excited for it, honestly. Like,
I am too. I
really didn't give a shit about that match at all.
Yeah.
Me either.
And then they were like, "Oh, Scott Steiner's going to be there," and I'm like, "I'm in. I'm 100% sold now." It's the Scott Steiner effect, dude.
Dude, Scott Steiner Gunther face off for a second. You know how cool that's going to be?
I want Steiner to turn and join Paul Heyman. I want him to be like Paul Heyman's hype man.
I have a theory, but maybe we'll save that for our review for Backlash. You know what we think about it. I'll save it for that, but I think I know what they're trying to do. So we'll see if it actually comes to fruition. But yeah.
And I think we're going to try to go live before Backlash next Saturday. So we got a week before. So we'll talk behind the scenes and we'll figure something out.
Yeah.
If you want an update, the best place to get it is the community tab on the YouTube. Twitter, we'll put it up and we'll put it in the Discord as well. Just so everybody knows, like, last thing you want is like, hey guys, we're gonna do this thing, and then we don't fucking tell you, which we have done before. We do that a lot, actually.
Well, some of us do. I mean, you know, we can't point names, but yeah, there's certain people just cancel like 10 minutes before go time. So yeah, we can't disclose
that's me.
Yeah,
it is me.
Dream threw himself under the bus.
You should talk about the Alicia Fox WWE Diva having a title match at Under Siege versus Masha Slamovich for the TNA Knockout title. What the hell?
Yeah, that's a real match. That's a real match.
Yeah.
Okay, I understand what they're doing. They're not going to rush Tessa because they're going to say that for Slammiversary. But holy shit, there's a bunch of NXT chicks Masha can fight. No, Alicia Fox in 2025.
Yeah.
I it's a surprise.
It's a weird surprise.
That probably was the last person I would have picked.
And I know she appeared at Unbreakable in like the crowd, but I didn't actually think anything was gonna come of it. I thought she was just in the crowd.
Yeah. Usually, like when someone's in the crowd, like when Indy Hartwell's in the crowd, we're like, oh, okay, she's definitely signed. But someone like Alicia Fox, she hasn't been fucking around for like
2017, 2016. Yeah. It was like one of the last times I remember her.
Yeah.
We're basically close to a decade of her doing like nothing on the radar in wrestling.
No.
So for her to come back is crazy, but it adds that depth to TNA's roster. So I'm okay with it because
in that aspect, just not a title match. Just not a title match.
The only thing I remember her doing was be on 205 Live with Noam Dar. And
I remember that.
Like, that was his girlfriend, and he could not pronounce Fox for nothing. And every time he said it, sounded like he was saying Alicia Fox.
Oh yeah, Alicia Fox.
I was like, bro,
that was honestly the best thing that came out of 205 Live because I used to watch it just to see that and it'd be like, he did the thing. Let's go,
Enzo. I did like Enzo. I'm the unpopular opinion on that.
I hate you. Why did you say that?
205 Live was not. They tried to do that momentum from the Cruiserweight Classic. It did not.
No,
translate.
it didn't work. No. Well, they tried it with Austin Aries and it didn't even work.
Yeah. Well, Austin Aries shouldn't have been a part of it anyways. He should have been challenging for like the world title and shit.
Or at least the Intercontinental title.
Yeah.
To be fair, look at Austin Aries' career. Usually when things don't work out involving him, it's his fault.
Yeah.
Look at him in TNA.
That moment where he no-sold the Starship paint and just walked out like nothing happened.
Yeah.
Well, apparently that was supposed to be was the finish, but still though, it did not look good for anybody in that match.
No. Yeah, and if that was why would you book that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, especially because he's gone. Like he's out of TNA. So
remember Don Callis was
to that.
Well, remember Don Callis was the booker at the time. Plus, he was the announcer.
Don Callis, yeah.
Don Callis.
I heard Austin Aries is pretty hard to deal with, like behind the scenes. Like, you know,
I've heard that too.
Difficult. Like, I know Cornette calls him a little turnip eating green little man. Like, he's always vegan. He doesn't eat no meat, and he's like, no wonder why he's so miserable.
I've seen him called Timu CM Punk.
No,
that's wild. That's wild.
At least CM Punk made money. I'm just gonna say
that's what I mean. That's why I said Timu. Hence the term.
At least people still like CM Punk.
Yeah.
And it's the thing. I always like Austin Theory as a wrestler, but yeah, it's over. It's done.
All right. Well, speaking of people, wrestlers that people actually like and enjoy watching their matches, let's go on to one. This is an update on Liv Morgan, who has a bit of an injury. All right. Bit of an injury. It says there are no plans for Liv Morgan and Raquel to be stripped of the women's tag titles. Liv should be back on TV within a month or so, if not sooner. That's from PW Insider. Yeah, like, the thing is, like, they're kind of the only ones in the women's tag division right now.
Yeah. That's the only. They're the only choice. And
who the hell are you gonna get?
Yeah,
I've been saying this. I have been becoming more of a Liv fan, but at least within the last year, she's definitely improved. Her heel character needs some work, though. The mean girl thing is kind of getting a little cringy, but I think she's mostly improved. And I guess I'm okay with having her around now compared to like a year ago.
Yeah. No, my problem with this whole division is they don't have enough tag teams to populate it.
No.
And that's including NXT main roster as well. And that's really the biggest problem with it. Like, if you have the teams and then you have enough teams to flesh out storylines amongst it, I actually think it's a good idea.
Yeah.
Why not? But you don't have those teams, you don't have those divisions, and you got to find a way of, you got to find a way of actually building up these divisions. Like, what are we doing here?
Yeah, well, the problem I have with it, just get rid of it, because you could easily put a lot of those women in the mid-card title seed. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, yeah, and that's another example of it. And we're going to get more into that when we get to the releases. Again, that's really the main topic of today's show, is going to be those releases. There's a bunch of other stuff, but the releases is kind of the main thing going on right now, which obviously, but yeah, I mean, it's good that they're not stripping her of the title, because who the fuck are they going to give it to? They don't.
Nobody.
They don't have the teams in the position to do it.
No.
And they got to work on that. They got to work the whole women's division on the main roster. They do have to work on the top end, the top people. Fucking fantastic. They've knocked it out of the park. Everything else, I think, honestly, creative has failed those people. And we've been saying this for a while. How many of those people are, doing good work? The crowd doesn't give a shit. And the reason the crowd doesn't give a shit is not because they're shit necessarily. Some of them aren't very good, but a lot of them are pretty good. What happens is you don't give these people storylines. They don't care.
I mean, look at
you can book Cody Rhodes in such a position right now to the point where no one likes him. No one even gives a reaction to him. It is possible. It's just, it's easier to do that with people who are further down the card.
Well, I think
DIY.
And
look at DIY for a while.
And I think one of the reasons why wrestling is based off a character, right? And there's really no characters in this, like, the division anyways. Like, why should I care that you're in this division, right? There's no one for me that I'm like, oh yeah, they should be the women's tag team champions. There's nobody. It's either, like, if you're gonna have a team like that, it would have been Becky and Lyra, but obviously that did not last long. So
even that was so, like, thrown together.
Yeah.
After being thrown together already with Bayley, stuff like that. One, you shouldn't have put her in that. Like, I get now the whole idea was, we're gonna have Becky go for the IC title. Why wouldn't you just have Becky come out and attack her?
Yeah, you could have did that at WrestleMania.
Well, you could have done that the Raw after Mania.
Yeah,
you could have had Lyra talking about, like, how it was a disappointment she wasn't able to win and stuff, and then just Becky comes in, hits her. So you still get that match with Bayley at Mania if you wanted to do that. Although I would argue she shouldn't have been involved in that match at all anyways. Yeah, they should have done something else. But yeah, that's the position we're in with the women's tag division. It's not doing well. But you know who is doing well? You know who? Mr. T, do you know? I want you to guess who's doing well.
Joe Hendry.
I mean, yes, but that's actually not who we're talking about. But we're talking about someone who I think arguably is as iconic as Joe Henry.
Oh boy.
Tony Schiavone, baby.
Hey.
I believe in Tony.
My God.
Alrighty. So here's a tweet from Wrestling News Co. Ooh, fancy. Tony Schiavone shared his deep appreciation for calling AEW Collision live on TBS this Saturday, May 3rd, calling the moment very, very, very special. I wonder if he thinks the moment is special, as it marks 40 years since his debut on the network in April 1985. On his podcast, he described his career coming full circle, reflecting on the history of TBS wrestling from GCW to WCW Saturday night. Here we are in 2025. I'm going to do a Saturday night show on TBS again. That's not lost on me, Schiavone said, adding, he's really, really pumped for the I wonder if he's really pumped for the broadcast,
Yeah,
guys.
he's really pumped.
It's wild. It's wild. I'm very excited. Like, okay. You don't have to keep emphasizing you're excited. I totally understand why you're excited, you know? Like, I get it. It's a nice moment. We criticize AEW a lot.
A lot.
A lot, yeah.
Like constantly. Honestly, some people would class us as AEW haters.
No, man, I am one. I'll probably say it.
And I'll say it. No, I don't think all three of us are even fans of Schiavone's work at this point.
No, not at this point.
I've said this before, and I'll say it again. When Tony came back, he should have been a part of the live broadcast for Dynamite with JR, with Excalibur. And after that was over with, they should have moved him in doing the stick stuff, doing the interviews, conducting interviews. Because I'll be honest with you, I was never a really big fan of Tony Schiavone back in the day doing commentary anyway. But I never hated the guy. I always thought he was a good interviewer versus an announcer. That's just my opinion.
Him more in that kind of Gene Okerlund position where
exactly.
He's like, I'm here with Tommy Rich, and he's calling me a bitch now.
Yeah, like you go back and watch the old stuff from Crockett. You know, he's doing the stuff like for, he's holding the stick for Flair, and he's holding the stick for Luger and stuff like that. Like I always thought he was a good stick man more than he was an announcer, but that's just my opinion about that.
Yeah, I would agree.
He's an okay announcer. I always found him okay, but I'm gonna say I think Mike Tenay's better. I'm gonna be real.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people hate Mike Tenay. I always liked Mike Tenay's
work.
Oh,
same. Tenay is great.
I liked him.
He's better than Excalibur though.
Yes.
I don't know what people see in Excalibur for commentary. I don't get it.
No one, because he's only there because he's friends with the Bucks. He's there because he's friends with the Young Bucks for all those years of being in PWG. It's the only reason why he's got a job. If Tony fired the Bucks, Excalibur would be gone too.
All right, this article we have here, or this story we have here, I think a friend of the show, Lethal, will be very, very excited about this because we have an announcement here from WWE that WWE Crown Jewel 2025 has officially been announced for Saturday, October 11th, live from Perth, Australia. Ooh, very interesting. I can't wait for the people online to be like, that doesn't make sense. There's no royal family for Australia.
I mean, I'm just happy we're getting out of Saudi.
Wait, there is? Yeah, but the problem is it's because the Royal Rumble's going to be in Saudi. Like,
let's be real. That's why. That's fucking why. I didn't even think about that.
How the fuck is Crown Jewel, like, how is this going to work? Is this going to be where King of the Ring happens? I'm okay with that.
I don't think they're doing King of the Ring this year. I don't think they're doing it this year.
Oh, well, then basically the show is just going to be, now we are basically obligated to find a place with a monarchy that we can host this show.
I think they will do the King of the Ring in Saudi because they still got that show in June. to do.
Night of Champions? Is it Night of Champions? I thought I heard it was Night of Champions.
That I don't know, but I do know is that Cody will be defending his title, and so will Liv. That's why I understood last year from Triple H. Whoever won the Saudi championships come back to defend the Saudi championships in Saudi Arabia.
Some tells me they're not going to do that.
So,
I have a feeling they're going to just reset. They're just going to reset. They're just going to reset and do the Raw champion versus the SmackDown champion. They'll just do that and just reset it every year.
But
I don't.
At that point, like if they're going to do that, do we really want to see John Cena versus Jey Uso?
No,
I don't.
Oh,
no,
I don't.
That's
the
like
only thing,
a Raw opener match from like
the only thing, 2010. I'd only take it if John Cena legit buries this motherfucker on the mic. If he goes in,
he'll body him. He will body him, Trey.
Yeah, and that's the only thing I'd take from it. But even then, the match itself's gonna be dog shit.
Yeah, look, a prime example. Look at the last few minutes of the Rumble this past year. So it's all bad.
Let's hope Jey Uso's still not champion by October. I'm hoping he loses it before then. But
it's so
yeah,
it's not very Usy. That is not very Usy. And also like the whole thing of like, just casually drop 10K. Yeah, it's gonna be really fucking expensive.
Oh yeah,
this is the problem we ran into up here because, as you can tell, you can kind of figure out where I'm from. When Elimination Chamber was Uzbekistan, get caught. But anyways, when Elimination Chamber was happening this year in Uzbekistan, or the same place for this team plays, same stadium.
Okay.
The tickets were so high that they weren't able to sell out. They could have easily sold out. And it's not like, I'm sorry, every single time they've run it, the 2 times they've run a show in that stadium before Elimination Chamber, they sold out easily. Now, to be fair, those are both WrestleManias, 6 and
18.
18.
18. Yeah.
19's in Seattle.
Yeah.
But they sold both those shows out easily. Like, I mean, I think the most amount of people to gather for an event in the history of the city of Toronto was WrestleMania 18 still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely it's the record for the amount of people at that stadium. WrestleMania. Still, old Skydome. It's still WrestleMania 18, which broke the previous record set by WrestleMania 6. You can't tell me that you can't sell out Toronto. Toronto's a big wrestling city. It always has been. Not as big as Montreal, but always is a big city. The problem is you overprice these fucking tickets. People can't afford them. And
what Ari Emanuel going to call The Rock again? If let's say they don't sell, is he just going to call The Rock again? Do the same fucking shit?
This is like the Nintendo effect, man, where it's you price people out. It'll still be a success, but if you lowered the price, you'd have such a higher level of success because then more people could. You lower that bar of entry and people will go. There was a lot of people who were like I looked at the tickets and they had to keep dropping them and dropping and dropping. The ticket prices were dropping by like $100.
Yep.
Just around like the day before the event, and then they started going back up, and I'm like, oh, I'm not going.
Yep. But then
I would have loved to go, and it was a good show, but
well, 2 things. Number one, The Rock says he was the reason why that he's like they used me to sell tickets. Like, well, if you would have lowered the price, people, like you said, people would have showed up.
Yeah.
Number 2, what was I gonna say? That's my train of thought.
Oh, it's Big Trey. He's on screen again.
Yeah, I had to be on screen. Yeah,
he's black.
Yeah, it's just it's ridiculous. Like if they would have lowered, like I said before, I think personally they are trying to eliminate the blue collar people from coming to the events. Like if you can afford to show up, you can afford to show up because you're up to do person, right? Like you must be like a doctor or some shit, right? Because those like the common Joe is not going to be dropping 10 grand for a seat to go watch like SummerSlam. Like, what was SummerSlam's pricing for ringside?
40K,
right
40K, something like that.
40K. Yeah, Jack of all casuals has it here.
Yeah.
40K for SummerSlam, probably 20K. Yeah, probably $20.
Dollars. I mean,
All right, but
I told you
realistically,
guys about Money in the Bank prices here.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
$799, and that's if I wanted to get the combo with Worlds Collide.
Yeah.
Money in the Bank by itself, the tickets are still under $4. Basically, it's like almost 500. I'd have
and
to pay.
to be honest, the quality of show you're gonna get, I think Worlds Collide is gonna be a better show. That's my
Yeah.
hot take going out. I think you're gonna have a lot better wrestling on that show than you will on Money in the Bank. Yeah, you're not gonna have a whole lot of storylines develop. You might have one with like Vikingo.
Probably El Grande Americano. I think he's gonna be there.
Yeah, something like that. But I really do think that the wrestling on that show is going to be really fucking good. I mean, AAA, all of its faults, always has really good fucking wrestling.
Yeah.
NXT, for all of its faults, always has really good matches.
Yeah.
You throw those two together, it's going to be a good show. Yeah, like here's another example, and this is a good thing for the indies. Like Lethal goes to he'll go to indie shows where he lives, and they're cheaper.
Yeah.
And so it's a no-brainer for people who are fans of wrestling. Oh, what? I'll go check out the indie show. What's the worst? I lose an afternoon, which I probably wasn't going to do anything during that time, so that's a wash. The money to get to the place, now depending on where you are in distance, that varies, and the actual money for the ticket, which is usually pretty low. And you can have a lot of fun at those indie shows. If you get an indie show, go to an indie show, because you're going to get a lot of Chickawat. There's a lot to explain here. But Trey is Bulldog Man Bitch.
Yeah. If I was gonna watch, I could have watched Rebellion. The tickets started at $54.
Yeah.
Like I could have actually won if I really won. I just lost track of time because Mania season.
Like I said, I think WWE, and I don't even think it's really WWE. I think it's Ari Emanuel. They're trying to eliminate the blue collar people from the shows because you look at UFC, you don't see a lot of blue collar people.
They've done that already.
Yeah.
It's this dynamic pricing of tickets.
Yep.
And then on top of that, there's the cut costs. Like this is getting to be even UFC fans. Like I follow UFC. I watch what UFC fans are saying, and they're saying, hey, why are you charging more but providing less?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You're not even paying your fighters really that much more.
Yeah.
You're just pocketing this money now, which is okay if the product you're giving us is good and it's at a reasonable price.
Yep.
Right? Like if it's reasonable for the consumer, we don't care how much money you make. Really. I don't give a shit if WWE makes $100 trillion in 1 year. I mean, I'd be very surprised because I don't think that's actually humanly possible, but you know, there's that much money even in print in history. So, but the whole point is we don't care. We just want to be able to go to a show and not have to fucking mortgage grandma's house to do it.
Yep.
And
I have to take from grandma's retirement home payments to fucking funnel into my UFC ticket or my WWE ticket.
And, you know, wrestling's from the circus, and that's what Barlin Bailey did. Barlin Bailey, number one, that wasn't as popular. Number two, their ticket prices were ridiculous. That's why they closed up closed up shop and they went bankrupt. Now, I'm not going to say WWE's going bankrupt, but it's like the only thing that's, from the circus is professional wrestling. It's the only thing still standing. So it's like, would you really want to alienate your blue collar workers? Like,
well, that and the elephants and clowns.
Yeah. Well, but still though, it's like, do you really want to alienate the blue collar people and only appeal to like the up-to-do people like Theo Vaughn and people like that? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, like the fact that I understand this is inflation, right? But WrestleMania 21 was out here. That was probably cheaper.
Yeah.
To go to.
Yeah.
And that's a WrestleMania, and arguably one of the best ones.
Even 38, from what I remember, the ticket prices weren't getting out of hand yet. Because the deal had the deal hadn't even gone through yet.
No. It got announced, but didn't.
So that was the old, and say what you will about Vince, ticket prices were manageable, right?
Yep.
Rows could get pretty pricey, but you could be anywhere from, the lower bowl to the upper bowl, and you'd be paying a decent price, right?
Yeah, but
And
it could start out maybe like 200 even. That's reasonable.
Yeah, exactly. And then we get to Elimination Chamber, and that show alone, it's $200 in the very top nosebleeds of a baseball.
Fuck.
That's unreasonable, and there's a reason why people are getting annoyed. And I'm sorry, it's not going to lead to the company going bankrupt, right?
No.
But what it does lead to is stagnation.
Yep.
And that's the problem. Look at AEW.
Yeah.
They got stagnant, and then they can't get out of that stagnation, and they start to go down.
Well,
WWE is always going to be popular. They're just one of those companies that will forever be able to print money.
Well,
evergreen. They're evergreen.
They're a public trading company, so yeah, they'll always have money. Like,
well, public trading companies can go under, but WWE is a monopoly in a very niche field.
Yeah,
they'll always be able to pull, right? That's the thing. But you can stagnate shit. You can make shit, and you can make shit end up being stagnant.
WWE in 2019.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's like the perfect example.
Yeah.
And we talked about how shit COVID era was. And honestly, the wrestling was in some cases started improving, in other cases regressed. Like, for example, I think of Drew McIntyre as champion. I think that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Right? That was a really good thing from that time period. And then what's bad? Oh, the whole Seth Rollins Rey Mysterio feud.
Oh.
Yeah.
When Ray got killed in a Money in the Bank match, got thrown off a building.
But let's not forget.
I got just busted.
And let's not forget on the other channel over there for AEW. Let's not forget the fucking death match, the exploding ring that only had sparklers.
Yeah.
Oh,
AEW
yeah.
See, there's stuff like that happens, and it's like, it's not good. The whole thing with that I was saying about COVID, the good parts had, I don't know, some of that oomph taken away from it. McIntyre winning at WrestleMania in the Performance Center, it doesn't feel the same.
Yeah. Roman's initial heel turn.
Yeah, exactly.
When he returned at SummerSlam. Imagine if there was a crowd there and he did that turn.
Yeah.
Roman's heel turn started to get good at the end.
Yeah, when the crowds came back.
When the crowds were back and they could interact, and then they started to build upon it. Crowds are really important. If you start having stadiums that aren't filling to capacity, it starts to look bad. And like, their trick now is to basically 5 minutes before the event starts, stop selling tickets and then just block off the areas. Like, oh, we can't, we, for other reasons, we basically the excuse they make for like seats behind the stage where it's like, well, we can't sell those. And they do that with these seats in the upper bowl and the lower bowl and stuff. And then they say, oh, it's a sold out show. And it's like, technically it is, but you've done this in a kind of sketchy way that there's nothing wrong with what you did, but we can all read through it. You weren't able to sell out those seats. Hey, speaking of WWE doing weird things, WWE trademark filings that were recently abandoned. This is from WrestleTalk_TV. British people, they scare me.
Is it because their teeth? Be more specific, Cream.
I think it's because they're from an island. Abandoned in April 2025. Abandoned because the applicant failed to respond or filed a late response to an office action. I just want to say this. If they did not purposely do this, somebody is going to get fired because of that. That is fucking stupid. Like,
yeah, why would you do that? Part of me
you just forgot to respond, or you were late responding. It's not like a dude trying to pay his electrical bill in the fucking mail. You're a giant company. You should have people who are on top of this, right? So I think it's probably they gave up on it.
That's what
You know
I'm saying.
why? I think they feel bad for him. They see how his career's going at AEW.
I don't
Like, oh, you know what?
They
Give me your
saw
name back.
they saw him come out as Cope, and then Triple H had a single tear run down his eyes, like the native. You remember the fucking native guy from the fucking trash commercial back in the day?
Yes.
Yeah, that was
Yes.
Triple H. He just looked at a single tear
No,
as
Triple H
he's
is the-
watching AEW. He's like,
Triple
I
H
have
is
to
the-
give him his name.
Triple H is the meme with Wesley Snipes when he's got the video camera and the tear comes out and he's like, when he's in like the top hat, like wearing a
Yeah,
suit.
New Jack City. Yep.
Yeah. That's Triple H. But even if Edge or Cope gets the name, it's like giving a dead dog a new a bone.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not gonna do anything because, dude,
like-
he's
yeah,
ruined his legacy to me. He's damn near Jericho level to me now. And I can't believe I'm saying that. And it's sad because he's one of my favorites. And you know what's sad? I know I've been bitching about this a lot. Imagine if he was part of this Cena heel run right now.
Yeah.
If he but no, he had to
Yeah.
go to Aid. And he's not even doing the thing with Christian yet. Where's the thing with Christian?
And even if he does get this name, even if Edge does get the trademark for it, right?
Doesn't change the problems with the character.
He's not going to change his name. He's not.
No.
He's not going to like. They've already branded as Cope. They're not going to go.
Yeah.
Like, oh, use Edge now.
He's
It's like,
already
it's not gonna
cool.
happen.
Yeah.
That's bad. That's scary.
Yeah,
I don't like that.
Yeah, it's not
Okay, we got a couple more in here that they've given up. WWE Superstar Central filed in January 2025, abandoned in March. Abandoned because the applicant filed an express abandonment. Okay, so they purposely were like, "Hey, we don't want to. We don't want this.
die off." Yeah,
This is probably a show.
Yeah.
Probably like a talk show, I would assume.
it might have been a new show on Twitter. Who knows? It might have replaced Speed.
No, I feel
Maybe.
like with the central part there, I feel like that's more like a talk show.
Okay, so maybe,
So maybe they
calling
were
it,
planning something with my thought, maybe something was in the works with ESPN.
Probably. Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah. Maybe.
Maybe they decide not to since Paul Heyman made those comments about Shannon Sharp. It's like this is not going to go too well.
Oh, Shannon Sharp and not going too well is a fucking that's just a trend at this point. But
Yeah,
we'll move on. This
yeah.
one I think is the most interesting. D1, and D1. So basically just variations of the word D1 or the of D1. Abandoned because the applicant filed express abandonment. This is most obviously like a fucking faction they were planning for like NXT.
Yeah,
a bunch of
probably.
Division 1 athletes.
Yeah.
Somebody who says D1 for anyone who's outside of North American sports, the NCAA, which is college collegiate sports in the States, they have different divisions. They got Division 3, 2, and 1. 1 being the highest. That's where if you're a really good athlete, you're going to get a scholarship, you get your education, you can even move on to like whatever your sport is, right? Baseball, football, fucking curling. Is there competitive curling in the States? I don't know if that exists. I know hockey is becoming big.
I couldn't tell you.
I mean, there might be
fucking-
some losers who do like in Minnesota, but yeah, not here like in anywhere else. That's normal.
Not like it's not like some big thing, no.
Yeah.
Well, you're in fucking California. That's not. You don't have fucking ice. Of course, they're not curling and.
No, that's not
That's
true.
just called.
No,
That's just called shuffleboard.
Hold
Hey,
on.
hey,
Hold on. They
we
have-
do have
no.
ice. It's called
Yeah.
cocaine. It's called cocaine,
Yeah,
okay?
well,
That's
it's
all
something
right.
else too. But yeah, he's got ice, but it's not the ice
Yeah.
we're thinking about. It's not the good.
The ice that does no knock warrants.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. And also, here's another thing too. I got to think when you just said that D1s. I wondered this was a trademark for the Usos because remember they were calling themselves the Ones. Maybe this was like a variation for
What,
them.
like day ones?
Yeah,
Day ones.
I
can see
don't
it.
know. I really do think it was about Division 1 athletes because you look at how many people they've signed that are Division 1 athletes in WWE. I think this was either for NXT or
Evolve.
even Evolve. Yeah,
Yeah.
or maybe it could have been a stable name.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
stable name
Okay.
for a bunch of these Division 1 athletes they were going to put together. I think one of them, that Jay Cutler or whatever his name is, he's in that new faction in NXT.
Dark State, yeah.
Yeah, Dark State. So I
That's
have a
probably why.
feeling
That's
That
probably why.
yeah, that's what I'm thinking as well. But it is interesting to see this and be like, oh wow, they had some plans here that didn't come true. Tribal Chief filed on October 2024, abandoned in February 2025. Abandoned because the applicant failed to respond or filed a late response to the office action. This one is the most confusing one out of all of them.
Yeah, because you still say Tribal Chief or YTC
Yeah,
now.
You would think you would want to lock that down. I don't know why they didn't though. That kind of
Unless are they
confuses
dropping
me.
the Tribal Chief thing at some point? Is that the plan? Maybe.
I think they kind of have, but you would think you would want to just you would think you would have tried to get it beforehand, like 2023 maybe, but
Yeah.
Or maybe they're abandoning it and they're letting Roman try to apply for it. Maybe so he can he can license it. Maybe I don't know.
Maybe, but there's always the worry that someone else swoops up and is able to
get it.
So
yeah,
maybe we should do it, and then Roman Reigns can pay us like millions of dollars.
I actually know which company should do it. TNA, baby. Let's talk a little bit more about TNA. I don't know why, but just I needed a transition, so we're going with TNA. TNA officials have informed talent today that going forward, excess blood and/or blading will not be permissible by the promotion. The decision was made in order to protect the health of the talent as well as keeping current / potential advertisers and partners in mind. This is from PWI. I'm of two minds with this. For the most part, 100% yes. I don't want to see fucking Christopher Daniels fucking punching himself in the head type of shit going on. Shout out to Curry Man.
Konnichiwa.
I always have to shout out Curry Man. But also there are some storylines, there are some times where you do have to have something like that. So if they're willing to take it on a case-by-case basis like that,
that's what I'm hoping.
But the overall ruling is no, we're not doing that.
That Sami Callihan, was it Mance Warner? Is that his name?
Yeah.
That match was fucking dog shit. And I know some people like that. I just no. Sammy stapled Mance's lip to the fucking door. I'm like, okay, no, what are we doing?
Listen, Sami Callihan's a fat piece of shit from Dayton. Fuck him. I don't care. He's a fat piece of shit. He's a garbage wrestler. He's friends with Moxley, and he's friends with Nick Gage. Nothing surprises me about this motherfucker. Fuck him.
There you go. You got it. You got it.
Here's my thing. I'm fine with talents not just going into business for themselves. So you never know if someone can do a garbage death match and someone's just bleeding buckets, right?
Yeah.
That's where it's this is just blood and guts, dude. This is just basically a horror movie inside of a wrestling ring. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm totally for this, but yeah.
I'm about the same.
Yeah, in some instance it makes sense, but if it's like a blood feud, sure. But you're just going out there blading on free TV and shit like that? Nah.
Mustafa Ali and Mike Santana, if they ever feud, if they're feuding right now, and if it gets to a point of blood, that's where the blood can be fine. Yeah. Just don't do a barbed wire death match. That's all I ask. Don't do that shit.
Don't be like Sabu a couple weeks ago in GCW.
Oh my god. That was sad to watch. And actually seeing the clips from that match. Oh my god. Dude.
No, don't shit on my boy Sabbath. He liked one of my tweets once. Yeah. We're best friends. That's what it means, right, guys?
Yeah, totally.
All right. I believe we got 2 more things to hit, and then we're on to the releases.
Yeah.
So we're gonna get through these pretty fucking quickly. I think this one is a pretty quick one. Because it's a stupid fucking comment, and we'll just say probably that he's an idiot, which he is. Ricochet says that WWE ruined his love and passion for pro wrestling, whilst AEW helped him regain it. You know what? Okay, sure, buddy. Yeah. Sure, buddy. That's all I gotta say. Fucking hell, this fucking
he's insufferable.
He's a fucking retard.
he's
just
he has literally like X-Pac heat. He's got go home heat, and he's like, "Look, I'm such a good heel." It's like, no, people don't want to fucking see you.
No.
It's not that they want to see you and boo you. It's they don't want to fucking see you at all.
Yeah.
If Ricochet retired tomorrow, no one would care. No one would care.
Ricochet
if MJF retired tomorrow, people would be like, "Oh fuck, man, MJF's gone. That sucks." No one gives a shit about Ricochet, and I'm sorry, it's just he's not that good, man. There's more talented people in ring than him. There's a ton. AEW has a lot of them, and there's more talented people on the mic. And guess what? Even better, there's people who can do both and can do both better than he can.
Yep.
Yeah.
Especially on the mic. It's not that hard. I could give a fucking toddler a mic and ask him to tell me about green peas, and he'd be able to cut a fucking better promo than this fucking idiot.
Here's the thing. Ricochet.
Chad Gable. It's Chad Gable. I'll bring him up.
That's apples and oranges. Chad Gable will work fucking circles around him. I mean, my God, if he wanted to in a legit fight, he can stretch him from asshole to appetite. So yeah. But the thing is, Ricochet is very good at what he does, and that's flippy shit. He can't do anything fucking else.
No.
He's a one-trick
I'm
pony.
to be honest, I'd say Ospreay's better than he is at that.
Yeah.
Stuff.
Yeah.
Ospreay's better.
Javon Evans. Javon Evans from NXT.
Javon Evans. There's a ton of people who are more talented at that style that he wrestles in than him.
Ray Phoenix. I'll just name him. Fraxium. For fuck's sake.
Yeah.
Both of Fraxium.
Yeah, dude. Nathan Frazier is fucking insane. That match.
I like how people
him
like,
and
I like how people back in the day would compare Ricochet to AJ Styles. Like, oh wow, he's that.
Oh my God, no.
I'm like, AJ evolved. He evolved. He knew what the fuck to do besides what Ricochet's doing. Flippy shit. It's only he does. He thinks he's over. It's like, remember the beginning of the year, he had that pair of golden scissors. And then all of a sudden,
dude,
like,
that segment was all that shit with fucking Swerve sucked, man.
Yeah,
he gave nothing, dude.
Like Swerve,
I'm
not a big fan of Swerve, but Swerve's better than Ricochet.
Yeah. I think Swerve has been acting like a dickhead, but I get why people like Swerve. Like I get why they like him as a wrestler. I like the pairing of him and Prince Nana. I think there is something that Swerve offers that, to be honest, WWE I don't think ever saw, and that partly is because of the whole fucking Hit Row shit, like being tied to the fucking
AJ Francis.
AJ Francis, Mr. T's favorite wrestler, and as you can tell by the way I said that, obviously he's not a fan of him. No, Swerve has something to offer. The problem is, a lot of people in AEW start getting big egos about themselves. I don't know why that is. Maybe, and WWE has it too, but at least with WWE, it's like, okay, you're in the world's biggest wrestling promotion.
And Triple H will tell them to chill out. Triple H will tell them to chill out.
There's also a bit of like, okay, you can kind of back it up, man. Like you
that too.
Have a successful career. Even if you're losing every single fucking match you have in WWE, you're still being paid by the world's biggest wrestling promotion to wrestle.
Yeah. That's
something you can back up. With AEW, especially now that AEW is kind of falling from grace, the honeymoon period is long gone, and we're more in the we're staying together just for the kids period. That's true.
Do we have that one clip that we were talking about Ricochet doing? That's what brought him back to love wrestling. Do we have that clip?
I can find it.
Yeah,
I can find it right now. If you guys want to just talk about Ricochet for a little bit.
My thing with Ricochet is always been, dude was boring. He never got, and the fact he got a match with Brock fucking Lesnar boggles my mind. You wasted a Brock match on this motherfucker.
At least Brock threw him around like a dirty wash rag, though. That's the one thing about it. But the thing was, Ricochet to me, at one point, Ricochet in NXT compared to the main roster was a total night and day comparison. In NXT, the dude was doing some wicked shit, man. He was doing some wicked stuff, like Adam Cole, the ladder match spot. him against Velveteen Dream, which, you know, that's a different story for a different time from about Velveteen Dream. But like Ricochet at one point NXT was really over. And then when he went to the main roster, everyone found out what he was all about. And it did not help him, including Vince. Vince saw him as just basically a job guy. Honestly.
It took a little bit because I'm very illiterate. Here's what made him love.
Yeah.
I do like the way it's filmed. I like the way it's filmed. I don't know why he's dressing like Harvey Whippleman.
Well, last Toxic Man puts in the chat, he looks like Urkel cosplaying as a wrestler.
Yeah.
But it's, you know, like the one from last week or not this past Wednesday when he's doing the spot with Kenny Omega with the arm wrench, and like Matt Jackson was putting his hair over Ricochet's bald head. But that's what made him feel like his passion and love's back now, because now he's working for AEW. Yeah, because you get to do anything you want because the inmates run the asylum.
Yeah,
no
you can be a mark for yourself. You can be a mark for yourself in that company. And everyone's acting like he's doing this amazing work in AEW. And from what I've seen, like, he just does a shitty laugh. What's the character work? Where?
I remember we were still doing our review streams. At that point in time, we were watching this live and we were all like, what the fuck are we watching?
Yeah.
It was not a good segment. It was bad. And like, I don't want to hate on Ricochet. I actually do want to like a lot of these wrestlers I dislike. But you gotta fucking meet me halfway here, people.
You need to read the room, bro.
He went at Io Sky for no fucking reason. Why are you taking shots at Io Sky? Why? Because she's better than you?
Yeah, I don't know why that's happening. Really? Like,
yeah, he took a shot at Io like after WrestleMania because he's clearly buttered because he wasn't at WrestleMania. He has no memory.
Yeah. And you know what? It's so fucking stupid. It's like that match was really fucking good. It set the tone for a pretty good night too. That falls apart at the main event, obviously, but you know, whatever. Well, that's a debate for another time, another place. But it was a good match. I don't know why you're shitting on them. You know, I don't think Io Sky ever said anything about Ricochet.
And I'm not even the biggest Io fan. I'm not some protect Io motherfucker, but that was just random.
Him and Samantha Irving have just turned into like the pettiest, fucking most annoying, insufferable fucking assholes.
Look what he did to Samantha Irving. She was singing, she was announcing at WrestleMania, one of the biggest moments when Cody finished his story. Now she's singing at some shitty indie show. I'm like, how far have you fallen?
And complaining because people don't want to listen to her generic shitty song.
Yeah, it's probably generic and shitty.
Like, everyone's like all false flagging me on YouTube, which if people were actually doing that, that's pretty
fucked. Don't do that shit.
That's fucked up.
That's some loser shit. I'm not gonna lie about that. It's like, you know, it's like us.
But saying something like that also then like you're not thinking when you say that, because guess what? People know they can piss you off. You know what they're gonna do? They're going to go poke, 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 poke. It's poking the bear. People love doing that shit. Yep. It's like the fucking older brother thing of like, oh, I gotta annoy my siblings. Yep. That's what people are doing. So you're gonna get more of that now.
Yep.
And is it gonna lead to anything? Probably not. It's a song. People, you know, Google, YouTube, say what you will. They're pretty good about music, not censoring, not doing anything like that. They've always been good with the music. Other stuff, not so much. And by not so much, I mean fucking terrible. But, you know.
Like,
okay, we got one more thing to bring up.
Yeah.
Trey's new favorite wrestler, Keanu Carver.
Oh, God.
We have this tweet from Keanu Carver, who wrestles in WWE. He still wrestles there?
I don't know. I've not seen this motherfucker, so I don't know.
Apparently, he was one of the people that got released last night. Apparently, I don't know. That's what was being confirmed.
And that hasn't really been put on anything, though.
Has it? I've not seen his name even come up.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm with the chat. Who?
Yeah, this tweet is not. Yeah, this did not do him any fucking favors. Sorry.
Yeah. And so with this subject, we're gonna try to stay as very unpolitical as possible with this, because inherently we're talking about something that is political. So he writes, these MFs ain't ready for tis. They got dick eating these Samoans MFs who think they like that, who be voting for Trump and ain't really like that. Okay.
The fuck
So
you just say to me?
So he's upset because there was a thing, an interview with Roman Reigns where he said, I voted for Trump.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Who cares? I don't give a fuck how people vote. I
No.
don't care. Why? One, you're shitting all over the fact that, like, I'm sorry, you're shitting all over the top guy in the company, or one of the top guys. Cody's the top guy now, but Roman was the top guy for fucking years, man.
Jesus.
Over a fucking decade. This guy has one of the best. Say what you will, the crowd hated him, but holy shit, he was on top. For
His rebound.
decade.
His fucking rebound,
And
dude.
his rebound, I think people are going to forget a lot about. I think
Most-
people already have.
They already have. Most of us forget about
Big
Big Dog.
is dead
Yeah.
because of the fucking tribal chief.
The only thing we remember about Big Dog is maybe what? Those cool AJ matches and then that one good match with Brock. That's it.
Keanu,
Yeah.
nobody fucking knows this guy.
I don't even.
Still works for the company. That's how little we care. Like, you know what I mean? Nobody cares to actually verify if he got fired or not.
And also,
That's
after this
interesting.
tweet, he deactivated his Twitter, by the way.
Also,
Well, yeah, we have that next. We have that his Twitter's deactivated. Probably, I'm gonna assume he was probably drunk.
yeah, he was definitely drunk because okay, I was gonna almost drop an M-bomb here, but the motherfucker clearly was drunk because I don't even understand what the fuck he was saying. That was like,
I don't know either. I don't know if he tried to say the N-word and messed it up, or if he was trying to say something else and messed it up. Either way, he messed up.
He said on another tweet, he said Ray, R-E-Y, was trying to make me stop tweeting. Now, I don't know which Ray he's talking about. I don't know if he's talking about Ray Phoenix. I don't know if he's talking about Ray Mysterio, which is very fucking random. But
I'm assuming it's Phoenix because he's younger, right?
It might be Mysterio though.
Maybe
right?
it is Mysterio.
Maybe be like, "Hey, Holmes, I need you to calm
Hey,
down.
calm down.
That's my
left
Ray
knee.
impression. I can't.
My left
I can't do a
knee.
good Ray. My knee, Holmes.
Here's my thing.
That's a Dominic for me.
First of all, the guy that helps run the company is Samoan.
Yeah.
And he's cousins with Roman Reigns. So
and
Roman
let's
really
be
wanted to
real.
a fucking dick, and
We
if
know
Roman
who The
wanted to
Rock
be
voted
political-
for. We know who The Rock voted for.
It
At least
doesn't
this
even
time
matter.
around.
My thing is, like, it doesn't even matter what they voted for. It's just the whole thing of you're upset because a certain group of people are getting ahead. It's like, I'm sorry. The most over faction WWE has had since the fucking Shield is the Bloodline.
Yeah, the Bloodline. Yeah.
People fucking love the Bloodline. And guess what? There's a white guy in the Bloodline too. All right. It's just because it worked out story-wise.
Yeah.
Right? If it was the Nation of Domination that was this over, no one would have a fucking problem.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Maybe DOA because two of those guys were Nazis, but you know, sorry, they just had Nazi tattoos, but they were like, no, we're not Nazis. We're doing it for character.
For the aesthetic, brother.
We're just here for the Nazi aesthetic, homie.
Yeah,
Like,
they're Yahtzees. But my point being, but if I'm Carter, number one, your boss is Samoan in The Rock, right?
Yeah.
Number two, the number one guy, either 1B, 1A, whatever Roman is now, right? Roman.
Mm-hmm.
If these guys really wanted to, they can fuck with your career. They can either make you or break you, or they can make you, they can make you quit.
If this
Because
was old school, they would have literally they could have pulled a Shawn Michaels back in the day. If they really wanted to.
And they're not doing. He's not doing.
They could have pulled more. They could have fucking beat the shit out of, and someone like Haku or Off on Seeker probably would have been like, "Hey, I think you did something." Because like it kind of comes off like his whole problem is the fact that there are Samoans at the top.
Yeah,
it's not that there's white people, or black people, or Mexicans or Japanese people. It's specifically Samoans.
Yeah.
It comes off. It does come off as racist. I'm sorry.
Does.
I don't like to throw that word around, but it does come off that way. I think he probably made a mistake, realized that, and he's like, fuck. Okay.
Well, he probably realized real quick too, because Hikuleo's down there in the PC too. So both of these guys are in the PC. That's a big motherfucker. I think it.
Yeah, Hikuleo would have probably fucked that dude up. Let's be real.
And WWE definitely called, like Triple H probably called and was like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
Someone, yeah. I don't think Triple H did, but I think someone.
Shawn Michaels was like, "What are you doing, man? You can't be racist." Like, I love Samoans. I've always loved the Samoans.
You can't be doing that, man. What's going on? What's the deal?
And that's the thing. Like, maybe he should. Jesus, this guy needs help if he's drunk tweeting.
I don't know if I want prayers
like
for Shawn Michaels, but that's a different story for a different time.
That is. Either way, it was so fucking retarded. That whole thing. Don't do that shit.
It's
guys. If you're gonna drink, don't drink to the point where you're drunk tweeting.
Oh yeah, don't tweet, or just don't tweet while you're drunk. Just be drunk, but don't tweet.
That's it. Yeah,
I can't
have some self-control. You have to have enough self-control to actually get back to your house.
Yeah.
That's just something that
we can't say the word, but it's career offing yourself. It's the only thing it is.
Yeah, it's killing your career. That's what it is.
You get more.
Now, luckily, it doesn't seem like a lot of the people that he's trying to go after actually hold that big grudges. And if he comes and he apologizes, here's the thing: most people are pretty considerate.
Yeah.
Say, hey, I really fucked up. I feel terrible. I want to make this up to you. I want to make sure that we're cool because I feel terrible. And guess what? Then people will look at that and be like, okay, you obviously have to be punished for just going off the hinge and shitting all over the place. Again, and people are like, well, free speech, but there's also the whole thing of
you can't just say anything at your job.
Yeah, if you're at your workplace and you just start saying that bitch Kathy, I fucking hate her.
Yeah.
And you say it in front of all your you're obviously going to get in trouble.
And especially someone report you to HR. So
yeah, exactly. And then you say fuck HR. I'm the boss now. You start shitting all over the place. Look,
so Keanu, we're going to suspend you 30 days without pay. Hopefully you can learn from this
situation. Pay this dick. Just whip it out and start pissing all over the place. I'm the big man on campus now.
Pulls the half baked. Fuck you. Fuck you. Like you.
You're
fuck
cool.
you. You're cool.
Like you. You're cool.
I'm out.
Yeah. I mean, really, this is just somebody who's probably got some stuff going on behind the scenes. So I do hope that whatever the fuck he's going on, he's able to fix. If he made a mistake, I hope he has the sense to go apologize. And I hope if, people actually accept his apology and shit too. So that is something that we brought up. On a brighter note, and by that I mean an even sadder note, we're going to go through all the releases. That's the last topic we have for today. Yeah. Okay. But before we do that, we have to talk about this tweet here, bro. We gotta talk about this. This is from Naomi, who has tweeted, if I was doing this, I would have kept everyone and just released at Jade Cargill.
God damn. Can I say I'm starting to really like Naomi now? I'm liking her character.
Right there. There we go.
I'm liking her character now.
That's a follow
and she's
right there.
Funny on Twitter. I'll admit. This heel character.
I'll even like and retweet that. That's a good tweet. But also, again, we're talking about releases. I just want to set this caveat. I always do this on Gronk when we talk about releases, and some people are like, hey, they suck. They deserve to be fired. If people aren't doing good work, yes, they should be fired. But I also am not going to gloat about anyone being fired. It's a shitty situation.
Yeah.
Right. And you've seen how it's fucked with people, especially with wrestlers being at the top and then knocked down. One of these people on this list has talked about how it affected him. We've also heard about Jinder Mahal and Drew McIntyre, what other people who have been let go, and then they talk about how it affects you. It does. No one likes being fired. it sucks. Even if they weren't doing well at their job, it still sucks. So I do want to kind of put that caveat out there before we talk about it. I do feel bad for every single person on this list. It sucks losing your job. Like, I've been lucky enough to not have been, knock on wood, let go, but it's not a good situation for those people. So we're going to go through it. We're going to go through each person individually. And we're going to I'm going to kind of ask you guys a couple questions about it, because I do feel like some of these people we could have done stuff with, like WWE could have done stuff with, some of them not. So we're going to take these two since they were in a tag team together. Katana Chance, Caden Carter. Any thoughts on their just the fact that they're released? Are you surprised by it?
No. By the way, if I forget,
No.
there's 2 other people that got released after this too. There was 2 more other people. So
are they? Okay, you want to send me the link for that? I think I forgot to put that.
Gotcha.
Doc.
But honestly, I'm not. I'm gonna be real. I thought they were released already. But
yeah.
I get it. Some people are saying they're like the only real tag team, but they never brought anything. These are the people that we were talking about that get no reaction. Like, if you get no pop and they give you a million chances, it gets to a point, it's kind of has to be you. I know it sounds shitty, but
it is. It sucks. I think yeah, you had to let them go. And we were talking about that women's tag division, and this was one of the teams that they actually had, but again, they didn't do anything with them, and the crowd just didn't care.
No.
And that becomes when you're not really on TV that much, or you're just kind of in random matches on SmackDown and stuff that have no meaning, it becomes a thing of like the fans just don't care anymore. And then when you lose that fan reaction, you have to go. You have to go, because you're not going, unless you're going to do something wild and out there and get it back, you got to go away to like some other
TNA
company. But you know what? Not even just TNA, any company.
Any of them, yeah.
What? You get kind of a fresh start. And that happened with a lot of people. Like, look at Drew McIntyre, look at Cody. They needed that fresh start. Now, I'm not saying you have to go start your own company, but go work other places. And if you never want to come back to WWE, if you've been soured, cool. You can still make a good living out there, especially now with AEW. But if you do want to come back, you kind of have to rebuild yourselves a bit. And it sucks that they have to do that, but they think they do. Do you guys see any situation where these two could have been put in a program that would actually start, would have helped avoid this for them? Because I'm trying to think in my head. I can't think of anything. So, because I think the crowd reaction was so just non-existent.
I don't think so, man. No one cared. I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna be real too. They're visually kind of unimpressive. I know it sounds kind of shitty to say, but there's nothing about them that's like push them. That gives me like, we need to push them.
Yeah, I get that. Okay, Mr. T, any thoughts on that? You sick freak.
Again, I think half these people on this list, and it might sound ruthless, but I'm gonna say it anyways. They're very interchangeable, right? Pretty much everyone's pretty much the same. It's like no one's really got a connection with fans besides people online. You know what I mean? But the people on TV, they just don't care. Like, for example, like Caden Carter and Katana Chance, right? No one gave a fuck, and they gave them a cool entrance too. They made them like the party girls, and they gave them the weird China gun that she used to have back in the day.
The China gun.
Well, whatever that gun was, you know what I'm talking about. When she came back, was the whatever in the early 2000s. They gave them that. They just did flips, and I'm sorry, I did not connect with these people at all. Like Braun Strowman.
Yeah, we're gonna we're gonna go through them.
Oh yeah, I was just saying like Braun. He's like okay for me. But yeah.
We'll talk. We'll go through and talk about them all. But here, I think that's enough on those two, because I really don't think there was a way of righting that ship at this moment.
Yeah.
I'm not saying never say never, because I think all these people are decent enough in the ring. Probably the worst in the ring is probably Braun, but I still think you can get some use out of them. I don't think it's necessarily a lack of talent for these people. I think it's just we have no idea what the fuck to do with you, which goes to Gigawatt's question here, because it's like, yeah, that's the thing. The difference between, you know, Isaac Yankem and Kane is creative, and that's why you need good creative. And even the best people at creative are gonna fuck up.
Yeah,
right. Like if Tony Khan turns around AEW, there's still gonna be fuck ups, right? And we'll say Tony Khan's really turned things around. There's always gonna be people who fall between the cracks and shit, and it sucks.
Well, probably
now that's not a permanent thing either. Like you can come back from that and be able to kind of reinvent yourself. So
yeah,
hopefully we see that from some of these people. Look at Braun, for example. Actually, we'll just go with Braun now. We'll come back to Dakota Kai. Braun, for example, was in this position a while ago, and then he came back. I wasn't a huge fan of what he was doing with Jacob Fatu, but they were giving him something, and then to all of a sudden it's oh yeah, you're gone is really weird.
You know what it is? Like, you know that running like shoulder thing he does? His knees
sorry,
just giving out every time. Like, you know that running attack he does, that shoulder thing? His knees just kept giving out. Like every time you could tell, like after a while, like he barely did a run. I think that's what it was.
Your mic is really fucked right now, and StreamYards won't let me fix it.
Yeah, it's roboting on my end.
That's StreamYards. It was literally, I was trying to fix it because I can kind of change your mic settings a little bit on StreamYards from here, and it was just not registering any of it.
I think the point Trey was trying to make, the train thing he used to do on the on ringside, he was starting to look like shit. He's starting to slow down. Like he was looking really bad with his wheels.
Yeah, like he just barely can run after a while. I did enjoy that Bronson Reed feud like late last year.
And then Bronson got injured, which sucks. But yeah, I mean, I feel like there was some problems. Like I just don't. He wasn't like who he was in like 2017. You remember Braun was like pushed heavily in 2017.
He beat Roman. He's one of the few guys who beat Roman at that time. Like, clean.
I think the highlight for Braun at that time was when he threw that chair and chucked it at Roman.
But then Brock Lesnar, though, they fed him to as much as I love Brock, they fed him to Brock.
They did, yeah.
Oh yeah, he lost their time against Brock,
which Brock didn't need, by the way. No. Brock is one of those guys who you never have to like feed him people. He is always going to be like seen as a top fucking dude. When you're one of the most dominant UFC fighters ever in your peak, I'm sorry, like you don't ever have to make that guy seem like a big deal. The only reason they had to do that with Shamrock was UFC wasn't super popular at the time. If UFC's popularity was where it was, Shamrock would just be the fucking legit dude. He'd come in like Kurt Angle.
Yep.
And that's a story for a different day. But with Braun, it sucks. I think he's getting close to retirement. It seems like from his tweets, he put a of him like holding a glass up to the sunset. Maybe he's done with wrestling.
I think
I think he's done. Yeah.
I think he's handling it better than last time. We're not going to go into talking about what happened last time. It's pretty easily findable online.
Yeah.
Let's just say he did not really take the last firing very well, which understandable. So I'm happy. I am very happy because the first thing I heard when he was gone, I was like, oh no. And that was my first reaction was he's going to do something really stupid and we're going to find out on the news. Right. I'm very, very happy he's taking it better. He should be happy because I think, to be honest, he had a pretty good career. He had a pretty good run in WWE, especially his early stuff. Part of the Wyatt family.
Yeah, part of the Wyatts. He beat Goldberg. He had the title for a bit.
Even
Yeah.
wasn't long. He was part
Here's
of the
the real
Roman Reigns heel turn. Let's be real. He was part of that segment.
Here's
He
the real
was,
question.
yeah.
Here's the real question about Braun. Two things. Well, three things. Number one, is he going to restart Destiny Wrestling? If y'all remember that little promotion there that lasted not even 6 months with him and EC3 and all those guys, like they started that company. What was it? Control Your Narrative or whatever it was.
Oh
Company.
fuck yeah!
Yeah,
And then it
Control
shut
Your
down
Narrative.
within like months.
Yeah.
'Cause there was,
Oh,
like,
I-
I
I-
don't
they
even think they had a show, did they?
That
I
was.
think they had, like,
I think they had
one show.
one. Yeah, they had
They had-
one show.
Yeah, they had one show on Fightful, or not Fightful. They had one show on Fight TV, and it was a clusterfuck.
I've seen
two.
clips.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Two.
That was always a bad idea.
Two, is he going to be partaking in the tournament, softball tournaments, like he's always famous for? And his dad's a
The legacy of Psycho Sid lives on within Braun Strowman.
and his
You know
dad.
I hope he does. I hope he competes in the softball, does all that stuff.
And number three, will Nicholas, his tag team partner from WrestleMania 34, will
Oh
he
my
be
God.
there to
Nicholas
cheer him
John
on?
Cones, the
Yes.
fucking ref son.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Honestly,
Oh,
I want Nicholas to start coming out as the new Braun Strowman.
I forgot
want
that Braun Strowman
fake
is
Braun
undefeated because he was the first that Rumble, the Saudi Rumble.
The
Remember?
crown jewel champion.
Oh,
Crown
yeah.
Jewel champion. He never
He's
got beat for it.
He's the only undefeated crown jewel champion, right? Like,
Yeah.
Cody's the poser.
Cody's the
that's true. What the fuck? Cody stole his title. He should have been. It should have been the winner of Gunther versus Cody has to face the real champ Braun. Yeah. And they put that title like it's somehow above the WWE title, which means Braun Strowman has been the mega champion of WWE for years.
Since 2018. Yeah.
Like a decade. He's the greatest wrestler of all time, is what we're trying to say now. Okay. Going on to next person on this list, Dakota Kai.
She'll bounce back.
She'll bounce. I could see her go to either like Stardom. I saw people say Stardom. I think she should go to TNA. Honestly, I think she'd flourish there.
Stardom or TNA.
I say Ring of
I think
Honor or maybe AEW.
She's gonna get forgotten in AEW. I'm just gonna say it. She'll
Yeah,
get forgotten in AEW.
that's the thing. I think someone like some other people on this list would do better in AEW.
Cora Jade, I think, could go to AEW, but I am
someone like Shayna Baszler as well, or Shayna Baszler is well known enough where it's like, okay, you can bring her.
Yeah, Shayna,
especially with Maria Shafir over there, and
I
those
think,
two have a history with UFC and just friendship in general. So I think that's a likely move for her. For Dakota Kai, though, I think I want to ask you guys, because we talked about it. She was getting no reaction at all, especially going into that women's IC tournament. Yeah, there was something WWE. I really do feel like there was something WWE could have done creatively for this. I mean, remember, she was a part of Damage Control still.
Yeah.
And that was popular when it started.
Before Io won the title, one of my thoughts was it was going to be Io and Dakota versus Liv and Raquel. I thought that was what you were going to go for the tag titles.
Yeah. And that would have actually made a lot of sense too. I like Io as champion, but honestly, I think that would have been
should have happened. I'm sorry,
because there are two women who are teamed up.
Yeah,
like that's a natural tag team.
Io and Liv have kind of history, since last year. So you could have had that carry over and just do Rhea Bianca 1-on-1. Which
people like Io, people like Liv, which is why you could have some of that dust off on Dakota and on Raquel.
And then winning the tag titles, because I probably would have booked Io and Dakota to win. They can hold them for a bit,
You could have had an actual fucking feud.
Yeah, that could have gone.
And that would have garnered something. So I think there is something that they could have done for Dakota Kai. That whole women's IC title tournament was a fucking clusterfuck.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Like, at least people like to boo Chelsea Green. It's just, even Lyra Valkyria wasn't really that over. Like,
until Becky,
just
basically.
No, yeah, and that just happened now. I mean, it's they have really fucked up the mid card on the main roster for women.
They should have never.
They really
existed.
have. And they brought, well, here's the thing. They brought, well, it always exists, but they brought in mid card titles. And that's okay. I'm actually all right with that, but you have to have the stories. If you don't have the stories, it's a waste of fucking time. All it is you're putting a title on this one person that you might do a story for, like Lyra Valkyria. The IC title means nothing, right?
No.
But if you have a bunch of these women who are getting popular, right, and they're all vying for that title, then that title is able to elevate it because
Maybe
it's like, wow, they're all going for that title.
You should have had one of the main eventers win those titles. I get people don't want to admit it, but you would have put. Look at what John Cena did to the United States title.
No, I actually disagree because I think it defeats the point of what it was.
Or at least one of them. Maybe a new person went the other one, and then the new person, the legend, like, and I'm talking like a Bianca, somebody like that.
I don't think that was a good idea. I think what they had to do was set the groundworks months in advance before they start doing the title tournament. You have to give interesting storylines so people care, because guess what? If people only care about Becky and they don't really care about Lyra Valkyria, it's like, okay, it's kind of a one-sided feud, right? People aren't talking about, oh, wow, it's Lyra Valkyria. They're all talking about Becky. So it's not really helping her to be involved in that, because maybe you can, if you actually find a good way of getting her more involved in the story and giving her interesting, I guess, plot points. But right now, there's just no interesting stories on the main roster for the women. That's the problem we're talking about. What about SmackDown? SmackDown all this year was just Bayley versus Nia Jax.
And then Tiffany kind of there.
In various triple threats, fatal four-ways, and tag matches, and a couple singles matches as well. Nobody fucking cares about a lot of that. And the longest time, people were just like, well, when is she going to cash in Money in the Bank, right? That's it. And then after that, I think a lot of people were like, oh, okay. I think a lot of people just don't care anymore.
Naomi Jade is kind of the only one I can think of right now.
Oh my God, what the fuck is happening in your background, Trey?
I don't know.
Sounds like gunshots and dogs. Where are you at, Michael Vick's house? What the fuck? Holy shit!
Fucking neighbor's dog. Fucking anyway.
All right. Well, while we're at it, Trey, do you want to tell us what you think about Dakota Kai there?
Realistically, she got hurt too much. Like, that is the real reason, I believe. I think she was good, and like I said, if you had put her in that tag team scene and not given Io the world title, she would have been fine. But she kept getting hurt, and maybe that's why they wanted to do that. But they were worried: is Dakota going to get hurt within a month? We give her this title, and that's going to always be a worry. Maybe she goes to another company and can try to fix those injury risks. She could come back, because I definitely think she could be one that could come back, if you ask me.
Yeah, I think so as well. Mr. T, any thoughts on Dakota Kai?
Yeah, I think she'll bounce back. Like I said, I think she'll go to either TNA or maybe she'll go to AEW, like you said. Shayna Baszler, I think will definitely go. I think she'll be going to TNA, and I think she can go to Bloodsport with Josh Barnett
or GCW.
Yeah, this is the weird thing.
Maybe.
I think she'll go to AEW, but I think she'll show up for Bloodsport stuff.
Yeah.
I don't see her going to TNA. I really don't. I feel like she's going to go for the big money. She's going to go to AEW, and
that or does she
probably
just
throw her.
At this point?
Honestly, she'll probably get thrown in a feud with Mercedes.
Oh God!
And probably get fed to Mercedes.
The Mercedes Vortex.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't think there was any. I think we were all in agreements that when that stable started up with the three of them, it was just that PFC or whatever the fuck KFC or
the stud line.
CKY or whatever the fuck they're fucking
Pure Fusion Collective.
Yeah, Kentucky Fried Chicken. So when the Kentucky Fried Chicken gang started up, we were all like, okay, this is not working immediately, and they kept running with it, and then they were all just off TV,
That's the
like,
thing.
okay.
They have go away heat. That's why I'm kind of done with the fake outrage. Several months ago, we were all like, "Get off my TV!" Literally.
Yeah.
Same thing with Sonya when Sonya Deville got fired. I'm like, we're acting like we all like PFC now. Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, exactly. So I think we're all in agreement. Yeah, it was probably time to go. There wasn't much that I think they could have figured out to save this right now. Although I do think she could probably do well in AEW if they don't just fucking feed her to Mercedes immediately, which I think is what they're going to do, sadly, because that's how this fucking company works. Okay, G. Dolan. Mr. T, you want to start off, and then Trey, you keep it going. I got to go grab something real quick.
All right.
Yeah. TNA might be a definite for her. I don't think she'll go to AEW because she was there before and Tony did dick all with her. So,
Yeah.
And plus there's a connection too between her and Darby because her and Darby were married. So
yeah, and plus she's been in TNA the last couple weeks. She was at Rebellion last week. That's why this is the only one that kind of perplexes me in the firings. Because I actually liked her pairing with Tatum Paxley. I liked it. I was like, okay, they have like this goth girl thing going. I don't think Gigi's someone you make like the prime focus, but she's a good hand. So I thought this was a little one. I'm like, why? It's probably the only one I really question.
Yeah, very surprising. But again, I don't think she's. I think she's one of those people that just did not evolve. Like she was the same character, like the same person. She never involved in the ring. She never really involved anywhere, honestly. So it's like it sucks that she lost her job, but I don't think it's a big loss for the company, honestly.
No, it's not. Like, I like her, but it's just not. I mean, JC Jane, who she was teamed with, look at her now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And you see how much her character's evolved. If you don't evolve, man, that's just the truth.
Yeah, what's the old saying? What's the old evolution thing? If you don't evolve, you perish, or whatever.
Yeah, adapt or perish. Adapt or perish,
yeah.
Which that's the truth.
Yeah, there's the saying of adapt or die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's a shame. I think with a lot of these NXT people, I said this at the top of the show, and I'll say it again. It makes way less sense than the main roster thing. I could have, like, even in my head, I'm like, I could probably find some ideas for Gigi Dolan.
Yeah.
In NXT. And even if you're getting rid of like people on the main roster, you can move them there. And again, now you have that new person. You can find ideas for them as well. I think a lot of the NXT stuff is pure. You can purely blame that on WWE's creative.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think Gigi Dolan is one. We're going to get into the next one here, which I also agree. And it's the most shocking one out of them all. Cora Jade. This is a really dumb. Release.
This is a weird one, but she's another one that unfortunately got hurt all the time. And if you have that, it's like the Scarlet Letter kind of thing. If you're seen as getting hurt all the time, even that early on.
No, but here's my thing.
I still don't think you should have got rid of her. Preface that.
How long ago was she on TNA's TV?
Like a month ago or 2 months ago now. She was at Sacrifice. Yeah, she faced Masha.
Yeah. So you have her doing that stuff. She's still doing stuff with like I don't think she was injured.
No, she was doing stuff with Roxanne. She had a match at Stand and Deliver.
Yeah.
She came back September of last year, right? October?
Yeah.
Whatever they knew to CW.
September, October. Yeah, September, October. Yeah.
Yeah, because
they had her and Roxanne be a tag for a bit.
Yeah.
But it just I'm sorry, it just doesn't make sense. Because you never got a blow off like an actual full blow off of Roxanne and Cora.
She walked out and now she's teaming up with Julia. Feud. I'm starting to think that was probably originally supposed to be Cora and Roxanne coming up together, but I guess they had to scrap that. So like, just put her with Julia.
I guarantee you it was, and there was no reason why they needed to scrap it. I think this is totally uncreative, and you can say, oh, injury prone. Okay, but finish the fucking stories here.
Yeah,
guys.
finish they were clearly setting up a Roxanne Cora match, I thought that's where we were going when she walked out on her at Stand and Deliver.
I think that's inherently where we were going, and we're not going to get that payoff now.
No,
and it's like that's just stupid. That's just stupid creative. She's not injured, so there's no reason to get rid of her at this moment. All right, at least finish the story. Give her something that she can be like, hey, I was just a part of this really good story that helps her when she's going to book. Not that she's going to need it. She can probably get a job in any company right now.
She's going to go to TNA. She's already done stuff in TNA.
Yeah,
so
and if I'm TNA, I'm like, what the fuck? She was just on our TV, man. Like,
and TNA snatches her up. She's one you could easily give that Knockouts title to. If they're still hesitant on giving the title to Tessa, Cora is probably the next best option.
She's also someone who can feud with Tessa. There's
that too. If you want to make her babyface,
because that women's division of TNA is about as deep as a fucking kiddie pool.
It's literally. Right? I'm going to be honest. If you ask me, the Knockouts is only one person. It's Tessa. I'm sorry, Masha just doesn't do it for me. But I guess technically it's Masha. That's it. And I guess
Tessa and Masha. That's it.
Alicia Fox,
Rosemary's been so long.
She's a mid card. She's straight up mid card now in the women's division. She's not in that title scene anymore, like at all.
Yeah. And so it's just
Xia Brookside, I guess.
But she's got a ways to go, right? They have some younger people there that are good. It's just you gotta give them time.
You got to get that main event up, like outside of Masha and Tess. I guess Alicia Fox. I can't believe I'm saying that. It's just them.
But with Cora Jade, and I think also the next person we're going to talk about here, they're fine. They'll be able to get a job anywhere they really want. Any last thoughts on Cora Jade there? Big, massive Mr. T.
I don't think it's a big loss.
The Mastodon himself.
I don't think it was a big loss. She had a nice rack. I'll say it like that respectfully.
Fucking hell.
No, but seriously, I never got the character. Like I try to watch her in the ring, legitimately right now. I try watching her in the ring. She looked like she was like a giraffe on ice. Like she looked really awkward in the ring to me. Like some of the stuff that she would do would look like really slow motion, like when she was like in real time. I just don't think that she's that good. I'm sorry, but it's the truth. I don't think she was a big loss. Now others will say differently, but I don't think it was a big loss. I really don't.
Okay. Well, we respect other people's opinions. Fuck you, Mr. T. Guys, Mr. T has now been fired because we respect other people's opinions.
And I've been rehired.
I get that. I totally get that. I think we're going to probably have a disagreement on this next person. Eddie Thorpe.
I'm fine with it.
This is okay. I think you guys are going to have a disagreement with me.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is a really fucking stupid decision. He was just in a fucking program for the NXT title. He's not injured. He's a good fucking guy to have in NXT, and he could be a pretty good mid-carder in WWE. Why just be like, okay, we're done with you now? It doesn't make sense, especially when you're letting go of people like Braun. And I'm not saying he's going to replace Braun, because obviously Braun was more of that giant that was meant to replace like the Big Show. But you have an open spot now on that mid-card section. And you could have thrown it in. I would have liked to see something like Eddie Thorpe versus Aleister Black. That would have been a cool fucking match. Like there was stuff you could have done with him, and I blame this on creative. Right? I'm sorry. Like this is just a dumb move. The thing with him is he can go fucking anywhere. He can go TNA, he can go back to New Japan, he can go to AEW. He's kind of one of those guys where it's like any company will take him. And so he's going to be all right, I think. But he's got to wait 30 days till he can go anywhere.
Yeah.
Because main roster, they got to wait 90. NXT, they only have to wait 30.
Yeah.
So you could see him. You could see him beginning of June in AEW. I think that's if I'm Tony Khan, I'm looking at that and being like, that's my new toy. Like you're fucking Andy from Toy Story. I don't want to play with you know,
anymore.
Ricochet anymore. I got
Yep.
Eddie Thorpe.
Here's my thing about Eddie Thorpe. First of all, I blame Cream for breaking the echo chamber, but of course, you know, that is what it is. But
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. I'm breaking the chains. That's
But,
what I'm doing. I'm breaking the chains.
yeah, again, he's another guy. He cut one decent promo, but the only thing he did was replace what the black people said. Oh, the white man's keeping me down. And
That
he
was
just-
that promo was a bit wild. I was like, what
Yeah.
the fuck? Okay.
Yeah,
that was
Even
out of
everyone
nowhere.
everyone in the ring was like, what the fuck?
Wesley looked at him like, the fuck?
Yeah, and that's the thing. with
What
me.
do you mean, you people?
Like he didn't like. I watched his match. I listened to his promos. Again, he was just a generic guy. I feel was just a generic guy. Insert whatever you want personality you want to give him, and that's what he is. I don't think any big company will take this guy. I think if anyone will take him, I think it'll be MLW and the Indies.
Really?
I think he's
You
in the
don't thi-
same. I think
You
he's in the
don't
same
think
boat
he's
as
going to end up in
Dijakovic.
AEW?
I think he's in the same boat as Dijakovic.
I disagree. I think he's going to end up in TNA or New Japan or AEW.
And I'm not wishing.
I'm willing to put like a tiny bet on it.
I'm not wishing that people don't get jobs or nothing. I just don't think that he's going to be like some big like mid card guy. I just don't see it with this guy. I just see it. That's a generic dude.
Do you think he's going to get picked up by New Japan, TNA, or AEW in the next 2 months?
No.
Let's say
MLW.
no. Let's make a bet on it.
Maybe Noah takes him. Maybe Noah takes him.
Okay, I want to make this bet, and we're gonna find a suitable punishment for the loser. They're gonna have to do something, but I'd like to put a bet on that because I am certain that somebody big is gonna pick him up.
I don't think anyone will, but yeah.
Well, all right, we'll make this bet. If you got ideas for what it should be, obviously within some fucking limits. And it's not going to be monetary, but within some fucking limits, guys. If you want, maybe we'll put a tweet up and you can comment under the tweet and give us some ideas. This message right here, we will be getting into that stuff. We're just going to go through these ones first and then we'll get to it. So I didn't think it was going to take us this long to get through. Riley Osborne, guys. Does anyone remember Riley Osborne?
No.
Who?
I think he was the Performance Center guy from what I'm.
Oh.
Maybe he was on NXT. I don't know. I don't remember him.
And quick thoughts on Thorpe. I've never liked the dude. He didn't show me anything. That's all I really needed to say. Dude just didn't do anything for me.
Yeah.
So I'm cool with him being gone.
Okay, so no thoughts on Riley. We could have booked him as Ozzy's cousin.
Ozzy's cousin.
You could have just been doing like the Aussie speak of like what happens when you don't ride an ATV with a helmet on type of thing. Okay, we'll move on then. Mr. T, do you have literally a single thought about Riley Osborne, or is it just blank?
I have no idea who he is. You put him in a police lineup. I have no idea what this dude looks like. All right,
it just sounds like some random like Joe on the street.
Yeah, literally.
Oh my god.
Oh,
yeah.
Chase
Okay.
U?
He's part of Chase U. Oh, okay.
Okay. Well, I don't know. Yeah, I didn't give a fuck about Chase U.
Me neither. When I watched NXT, Chase U was already gone. When I started watching NXT, Chase U was already gone. So
yeah, now he's just now Andre Chase is just a sad divorced dad walking around with his.
They kind of brought it back,
shirts.
but they kind of brought it back, but it's not really Chase U. But
okay,
Yeah,
I'll kind of just go on a little tangent about Chase U for a minute.
Mhm.
yeah,
1 sec, literally. Chase
Pop
U
off.
was a bum ass faction. That stuff was the shits, not just the shits, the drizzling shits. All right, it fucking sucked. It was terrible. That's all I gotta say about that. Done.
yeah,
It really wasn't.
it wasn't good.
It's
what I've
not
seen.
as bad as the D'Angelo family.
And another thing,
Yeah.
Shawn Michaels sucks a fucking booker. That too. Done.
Yeah, you're not a big Shawn Michaels NXT fan, are you?
No, Shawn sucks his booking. Hold on. Just a second. I'm gonna shut up so we can move on. We gotta go.
No, I'm gonna let you full screen. You pop off for a second.
Sean
go.
is the same way as Tony books. Dog shit. It sucks. NXT, somewhat of a better show. But Sean books just like Tony. It's dog shit. It sucks. The matches, look what he's doing with Ricky Starks. He's already dropping the ball at Ricky Starks. He's doing the same damn thing that fucking Tony did to fuck that up. Look at all the guys he's wrestled against. He's wrestled against all AEW guys. Brian Pillman Jr., Sean Spears. Who was the other two fucks? Can't remember off the top of my head. Anyway. Yeah.
Ethan Page.
Yeah, I can't remember. But all the guys he had matches with, it's all AEW guys, besides Ridge Holland. He's dropping the ball with Ricky just like he's doing everything else. Like I said, NXT is not for me. I'm sorry. I tried, but it fucking sucks. That's all I gotta say about that.
Okay. All right. We're gonna not as bad as Retribution. Holy fuck.
Oh, God.
Retribution.
Retribution.
God,
Oh,
dude.
God.
It was
Oh.
fuck. Chase U equals straight ass.
Yes.
To Booker T to book. Yeah, he's got book in his name. He should be good. He's literally Booker. It's in his name. He should be good at the position, right? I assume. Any response to that at all?
If
Is
Sean
this
was
leave me
doing
hanging here?
No, I was
You
trying to
guys.
talk. I had something in my throat, motherfucker. Anyway,
Oh, I know what it is,
If
but I can't
Sean-
say.
if Sean was the book, okay, on. If you give Sean back in the 90s, if you give Sean some of that booger sugar, he might be booking better.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's well,
Sean sucks, just
okay.
period. And I met Sean in real life. He's a dick. So that too. Fuck him.
Alrighty, let's talk about Jakara Jackson. That's the next person. This is weird because I feel like she was getting a little bit more and more on NXT. in the last,
NXT and TNA. So it's
Especially her and Lash Legend as a tag team too.
But
Yeah.
I guess maybe they see everything in Lash Legend. That's what I believe. Maybe they just think she's the only. Maybe they look at her, I'm going to say it, as the Janetti. Maybe they looked at her as the Janetti, I guess. and
Yeah,
didn't-
I don't get that at all. I think again, Jakara Jackson is going to be fine.
Well, was she booking?
fine.
Was she doing what Marty did? Was she making up weird storylines and telling the cops it was all work?
she talking about weird things on Facebook that may or may not, be
Allegedly true.
admitting the crimes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh god. Yeah, she was booking to take over Black Lives Matter organization.
But for real, she's probably going to go to TNA. She's already
Oh,
done stuff in TNA.
yeah,
So
she's actually
Yeah.
talented. So I mean, I think anyone would love to take her. Honestly, I think any company would like to have her on the roster.
TNA, that would be a big help. AEW, I feel like she's talented, but she'd get lost in the crowd. And that's what I feel for most of these people. I think Shayna
that's why I was
Baszler
saying
would probably-
TNA for some of them because
Again, Tony Khan, common denominator.
Yeah. Exactly. Well, it's creative. I think that's the common denominator with all the people released and where they go potentially. It's creative. We get a lot of shit creative right now. Even with all the good stuff that we're getting, there's a lot of shit out there. And I don't know if I'm part of WWE Creative. Now, they did let one of the creative people go.
Yeah.
She's gone. So, and she was like on level with Bruce Pritchard, reporting only to Triple H. She's gone. They're probably going to change up creative because I think they kind of notice that there's problems. But sometimes the damage is already done for some people, and it's best for them to leave and then come back.
Yeah.
Plenty of people have done that. It's really common. Look at Aleister Black and Rusev.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Now, how's that going to work out for either of them? We don't know yet. But they left, they came back. Ray left. Ray Mysterio left and came back like everyone does for the most part. So, obviously, and the nice thing is, I think the indies are going to get a bit of a boost because of WWE's shitty pricing.
Yeah.
Because I think a lot of indie stuff got harmed from AEW. I think overall wrestling as a whole benefited, but a lot of indie promotions saw a lot of people just not be available for booking.
Especially that WWE ID program too. didn't help matters for the indies.
Wait, hold up. Did Wait, hold on. You guys talk. I need to search this up. Did AJ Styles get hacked?
No way.
No.
I hope
No,
not.
I fucking hope not.
What happened? What did they? Oh, Lord,
Oh no, he did. He got hacked. Breaking
no.
news. Breaking news. We have a video.
Oh no.
Oh no. Jay, what happened? Holy shit. All right, let's hear his explanation here.
This is a live reaction.
Hey guys, AJ Styles here. Just to let you know, my Twitter/X, whatever you guys are calling it, has been hacked. If you didn't know, I mean, it's some crazy stuff. I was able to pull it up on my wife's phone because I'm not able to get my Twitter account. Yeah, my phone, they sold my SIM card. Somehow that happened. Somebody allowed that at AT&T, but I got another guy working on it. But anyhow, I just want to let you guys know, some idiot, some moron stole my phone or my SIM or whatever it is and was able to hack Twitter for me. So, or X.
I'd like to disagree. I don't think the person's an idiot if they hacked your fucking SIM. Now let me search up AJ Styles' Twitter.
Oh boy, I see the oh, it's underneath his replies. It's underneath this. Oh boy. Uh-oh.
Which one is it?
Oh, did some asshole like claim he was released, basically?
Go to AJ's profile and go to his replies. Like, see what he's tweeting off right now.
Oh, I don't see any.
Really?
Oh, probably scrubbed it then. They probably got it.
I'm looking at it right now.
All right, send me the link in the private chat and we'll pull it up. This is breaking news, ladies and gentlemen. AJ Styles has been hacked. The first tower has hit the AJ Styles Twitter account.
My God.
The tower, not the plane, the tower itself. Holy shit. You got that link in the private chat there?
Yeah. Put it in the Discord.
Oh, okay. In the Discord.
Yeah, I cannot. Yeah.
I'm in the Discord.
This is. Yeah.
Oh!
Yeah.
Oh, no!
Yeah. Yeah, there's one comment about Chris Benoit.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Thoughts on Chris Benoit? It's the word that Trey says, but it's the hard R.
Oh fuck.
Here's a tweet he put out just now. I'm jacking off my large lizard cock.
Oh my God. Holy shit, dude. Oh my God.
Is there any way you can do the cream? Is there any way you can zoom in so other people can see it in the chat? I don't think people can see it. I don't. Oh no. Oh, this is bad. This is bad. Oh, this is bad, bro. This is bad.
Okay, so we have we got George Grace saying that he got hacked in. What the fuck? What the fuck? We can't. I don't even think we can read this stuff off, but it's wild, dude.
I mean, Trey can. I mean, he's black, so we can get away with it.
I don't know. I don't know about that. I don't think we want to. I don't want to even attempt it. It's just fucking wild.
He just deleted the Vince McMahon tweet. The person who just did the tweet at Vince, they just literally just deleted it.
Oh dang! Oh Jesus! All right. Well,
Yeah.
we're gonna keep looking at this. Obviously, we're gonna keep an update. We'll update you throughout the show. What we have left on the AJ
I got one.
situation.
I got one. I'm posted in the private. Yeah. Just look at this on Discord for a minute.
Okay. This is. Oh fuck. Okay. Yeah, we can't show that one.
Yeah. This is a wild.
However, we'll screenshot it. Oh no, it's gone. Fuck. They just got it. They just got him.
Oh, they got him.
They got that one at least.
Oh boy.
Oh my god. Okay. Let's get back to Oh, now this other stuff just seems boring in comparison.
Yeah,
Thank you.
it
Thank you
does.
for coming. Thank you for coming in. Don't care and telling us about the AJ Styles hacking situation.
Yeah.
That is wild.
That's
Holy
fucking crazy.
shit. I like how he's just casually being like, "Yeah, so somebody hacked my account. I don't know what's going on." Looks at his wife's phone, and his eyes just go, "Oh fuck."
Oh fuck.
He's
CM
actively
Punk-
replying to people
CM
right now
Punk
on
probably
Twitter.
thinks he isn't even hacked. He's like, "This is a psyop. This is what he thinks." How's it going so far on it? We have an update from you, Mr. T.
Oh, he's replying back to people like legit like 2 seconds ago. So it's happening. It's going down. You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna reply to this shit.
Someone wrote, I can read this one off. I can read this one. It looks like AJ Styles' account is still compromised. And they wrote, "It looks like you have a mental illness here at WWE."
Oh my.
You really
Oh.
need help?
Oh,
But the
shit,
guy who
dude.
hacks his account is like, "Yeah, you're a bitch." Oh shit. All right. Let's AJ Watch will continue, but let's get back to our regularly scheduled programming here. Gallus. What do we think,
Who?
guys? Gallus.
Who the fuck is Gallus?
I know he wrestled in the UK as Mark Coffey. I think that was Mark
Who?
Coffey. He was
God.
good. He's a good guy. I like him as a wrestler, but it's just they weren't doing anything with him.
Yeah.
Yeah, they weren't doing anything with him, and that's kind of a problem, obviously. Any thoughts on? I know it's hard to think right now because
AJ Sweets.
yeah. Okay, we have an update. AJ Styles tweets have been deleted from the hacker. The hacker
Okay.
is deleting tweets now.
No, we got another one. we got
Oh. I see him.
Thanks for running commentary on my yeah. I can't. That was a wild development.
I can't. This is fucked. This is I am so happy this. I mean, I'm sad that his account got hacked, but I'm so happy it happened while we were live.
Yeah.
This is the greatest.
Oh, he's tweeted 8 seconds ago. He just tweeted 8 seconds ago.
Oh, hold on. I'm sending the lizard cock one to Nosmer. I think he's gonna get a kick out of that.
Oh no.
Come on, reload. Reload.
Should we just?
So fucked right now. Oh shit, I see it. Oh no. Oh god. All right, we really do have to. I can't show them. I'm sorry, chat. YouTube is definitely gonna fucking take us down for showing it. Holy god.
I can't post it in our Discord, so that's a cheap way for you to get in there. So
yeah, we can post it in the Discord.
yeah.
If you want. You want to drop the link for the Discord right now?
Yeah.
I'm gonna definitely throw the image of the lizard one in there.
This is wild, man.
Yeah, this is wild, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, here's a link to the Discord. Yeah.
This is like when you guys remember when the 2K account got hacked and it was like Chris Benoit Hall of Fame stuff
Yes.
all over.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh man.
This
What
is
the fuck?
This is bad.
Do you guys have any other thoughts on, let's say, Oro?
Honestly, I don't know the last couple, so we could probably just skip them. They're just a bunch of nobodies. The last couple, if we're being honest.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Alligators, a katana, ray gun, dude.
Oh my god!
This seems like a Trey tweet. Honestly, I'm not saying this is something Trey would tweet. I feel like.
Yeah.
This is wild.
Yeah, we'll send you the link here, Trey.
There's the Discord link in the chat if you're interested. Join.
If you want to see it,
Oh,
fuck, man,
boy.
this is not good. This is not good.
And this is not the actual AJ Styles, but this is still
Well,
sad.
that we know of. Maybe
I mean,
maybe it's
I
all
think
a ruse. They
largely, I
just
feel
had
like we went through the releases that actually matter. Really,
Yeah.
'Cause there's a bunch of nobodies left. Really, it's like I don't.
Yeah. I feel bad, but they'll probably again they can find work somewhere else. I hope.
Yeah,
It should be good. I know. I remember both these guys from NXT, but they weren't doing a whole lot. So it is what it is. Well, that's we got to talk about Shotzi.
yeah, Shotzi.
There was a couple other people released, but also Shotzi has been moved to the alumni section on WWE's website. They did not renew her contract, so she's gone.
I mean,
yeah, that one's also kind of a weird one because they were doing stuff with her. Like that's the
she
thing.
was with Gigi and Tatum, so it's like, oh, I thought maybe they were gonna make Shotzi and Tatum the tag team, but I guess they got rid of both of them. So
I'm sorry.
maybe they just think they only see the money in Tatum. I guess
Oh my!
these Styles tweets, man.
Dude, the comment section is wild. One person I can say this. One person put on here and said, "No one loves you."
That AJ one I just saw. Holy shit! Ooh,
This is
wow.
fucked. This is
Ooh.
so fucked.
Lethal in the
Damn.
comment section, he has something to say. I got a good one for you. I don't know what that entails, but oh no, this is not good. This is
fuck, man.
oh man.
What the fuck?
Wow.
Guys, I think Twitter wants me to follow Paul Heyman at this moment. Oh no, this is bad. I don't even know. What do we do? We're at the end of the show, basically.
Yeah.
I kind of want to keep going. I want like AJ watch.
Yeah,
No, we're adding AJ Styles hacked to the fucking. We're grifting so hard, guys.
and we were the ones that covered it first. So thank you to
We're covering it live. We're giving you all the details except for actually none of them because we are definitely going to get kicked off YouTube if we do.
I feel like one of those like war correspondents. Yes, I am standing here live right now.
This is like reporting from like downtown Manhattan as the towers are falling.
Oh no.
Well, okay, maybe not that impactful.
Maybe Ukraine and Russia, maybe. I don't know.
Oh, well, I don't know. Maybe it's more like reporting from like the random fucking festival downtown. It's like, oh my god, look, there's a bouncy castle for the kids. That's crazy, huh?
Also, okay, the tweets are getting scrubbed. They're gone.
Okay.
But at least we have those forever in the Discord. So.
Yeah.
And I have an image of the lizard cock one, which was genuinely funny.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
I'm just trying to think how someone stole a Sims card at AT&T. Like, was he
Like
getting
how?
an upgrade or some shit?
Yeah, I don't
use
know.
that. There are ways, but yeah,
Oh,
it's
okay.
shitty. That's not good.
I'm just glad AJ didn't. This account didn't say nothing about the gay community. If you know, you know.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
I know.
AJ's already said enough.
Yeah.
They didn't need to. They just went after everyone else. Apparently,
The gay community.
have they scrubbed them because they're still here for me?
It's gone on my end. Like literally, I'm refreshing every 5 seconds.
Oh yeah, it's gone. It's gone.
Yeah.
Not the replies. The replies are still there. Oh, like the one that says "Shut up, you fucking whore."
CM Punk's like CM Punk somewhere like, I knew it. I knew he was.
I fucking knew it. Okay, so there's only 2 replies left, which is the one that's claiming that a dude is a future pedo, and then one that tells Jordan Grace to shut up and calls her a whore. That's all that's left.
Yeah, I see that.
So yeah.
I shut up, you whore. Now see, that's just that's uncalled for. If you really wanted to insult Jordan Grace, just call her a butterface. Be done with it.
All right. Well,
yeah, I said it. Okay.
Yeah, you motherfucker. You motherfucker. All right. With that, ladies and gentlemen, as it all calms down, we've passed the storm. You know, the storm has passed over.
It's Passover.
It's Passover. Shalom Shabbat. Anyways, we're gonna move on and get the fuck out of here, guys. Thank you everybody for watching. This was a longer episode than usual.
Normal. Yeah.
Way longer. I mean, I'm kind of happy it was because we got the AJ Styles shit.
The AJ shit was.
Oh man, wild.
Yeah,
it is wild.
We thought last week was wild. Yeah, it's taking the cake. So.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's All right, you guys got anything you want to fucking promote, or do we just want to get the fuck out of here?
We can get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I got
just watch my channel. That's all I got.
Right. Yeah. Shout out to Trey. Shout out to Mr. T. Shout out to Jaquavius. Thank you everybody for coming by. We had a couple new people in chat this time. Thank you for coming along. Hopefully you stick by. Make sure to like, share, and sub if you enjoyed the show. And as well, you can join the Discord. And with that, we are going to get the actual fuck out of here. Yeah. Woo! Shout out. All right. You know what? We're going to play this clip. This is Trey's favorite clip. I don't know why. We keep telling him this guy's an awful human being, but he just disagrees.
I got it. Do you have your passport? Did you get your shots? Girl, would you like to come back with Rob to America? America, America. Do you have your passport? Did you get your shots? Girl, would you like to come back with Rob to America? America, America. Beautiful. Do you have your passport?